Hello, everyone. Joining us here on this News Now update. I'm Ken Molestina. Gil Mavalos here, just a little bit past 8 o'clock, and we're following some breaking news coming out of Ennis right now.
So we do want to update you with the latest that we know. The mayor of Ennis posting just 20 minutes ago, update U.S. Polico. Latest information on the noise at U.S. Polico. An asphalt rail container blew its top, causing the loud boom that a lot of people are reporting about. There is a fire that's contained. There are no environmental issues or injuries.
So a little bit more than an hour ago, let's just back up here for a second. We got reports of some sort of a massive explosion down there at Ennis and a subsequent fire and buildings burning. So we checked in, fire and police at the time saying that they were working a fire, but they weren't confirming anything related to an explosion. Now we're starting to get more information in. Let's get to Jeff Paul. Jeff Paul is, I believe, pulling up to Ennis right now. Jeff, what are you seeing down there?
Well, what I'm not seeing is any fire or smoke. We're seeing a lot of police cars and squad cars and some fire trucks out here. The road they have blocked off. It's more closer towards the access road. Now, Interstate 45, it's moving both directions. That is not shut down. There's no traffic problems there. But it's the one access road over here, the southbound lanes of Interstate 45.
Right. And Jeff, since we have you on the phone, let's just go over this address one more time that we have here, 3901 South I-45. That's the area you're at, right? That's that company called US Polico?
Yep, that's it.
Okay. All right, Jeff, thanks very much for that. We're going to check in with you, obviously, a little later on, see if there's any new details on that. And folks, again, we're live here on Facebook, so if you have any questions or comments, get them in.
Yes.
If you know anything, if you're down in Ennis, let us know what you're hearing, if there's any information that we need to be sharing. I do want to read a tweet that went out just a couple minutes ago at the top of this Facebook Live update. It's from Ennis Police Department. It says, U.S. Polico 3100 South Kaufman, boom as a result of an asphalt rail container blew its top, causing the loud boom. There is a fire that is contained. There are no environmental issues or injuries. So that appears to be some really good news compared to the reports that we first initially got about talking about a massive explosion, a massive boom that was felt even in the next town over. And then we initially heard that there were several buildings on fire down there. And
the reason there was so much alarm is that people could hear this impact, as you mentioned, from 25 miles down the road. There was a concern. Obviously, this could have involved employees at the plant, family members, could have been concerned about those working there. But as the mayor is telling us, and this is the latest information we're getting, it just seems that, what was it, an asphalt tank
the lid, the top of it, right. And by the way, folks, we don't mean to not be looking at you. We're just looking at all this information coming in on our computer here as we're chatting with you live here. Let's get to some comments here from Facebook here, if we could. We've got, let's see here, Stacy Bridgman saying massive explosion in Ennis. Yes, Stacy, that's what we're talking about. Let's see here if anybody has any other update on this. Elizabeth Hernandez Mancha asking, where is this at? Elizabeth, this is happening at 3901 South I-45. This is the U.S. Polico plant, is what I'm being told right now. Let's see here what other information might be coming in right now. Many of you guys, Lindsay, Chapa, you're welcome for the update. We're trying to, like I said, get information out to you guys as much as possible, as quickly as we can. But you can see there on the map, Ennis, in Ellis County, south of Dallas, south of the Metroplex. But again, the good news is that we've been able to confirm here from two different sources now. Looks like the mayor issuing a statement out on social media, as well as the police department in Ennis saying that they've got it under control, saying that it was a lid off of a tank of some kind that may have exploded, and perhaps that's what caused that massive boom that so many people reported hearing and feeling, even in the next town over. I saw a tweet of somebody from Corsicana just a little bit ago saying that they also felt this boom.
From neighboring cities, yes. And Ken, on its website, U.S. Polico describes itself as a manufacturing company specializing in roofing asphalt. We know that there is a terminal there, possibly a lab there. That's why there was some concern. But we are being told by authorities that there are no environmental dangers at this point. We want to go back and find some of the tweets. We saw this all over Facebook, people communicating with each other that they had heard this, describing this loud boom. Let me just go back here.
Yeah, and folks, once again, just bear with us here as we update you, because this is all the information that's coming into us real time right now. We thought it'd be important to get on Facebook Live and chat with you about this so that we could kind of dispel any rumors that perhaps might be floating around, and more than anything, just inform you guys, chat with you, see what you all are hearing, what you all are seeing. Again, our reporter, Jeff Paul, he just pulled up to the scene just a little bit ago, and he reported good news that he didn't see fire or any smoke. He just said there were a lot of emergency vehicles down there.
And Ken, we do have a statement that Polyguard Products tweeted. Polyguard Products did not suffer an explosion this evening. We are aware that first responders are responding to an incident near our Ennis facility, and our thoughts and prayers go out to everyone involved. We appreciate the diligence of Ennis and Ellis counties' first responders. This is Polyguard USA.
Polyguard USA.
Right.
Okay. And again, the address that we cross-check comes back to Polyco.
Exactly.
So not sure if it sounds like the two might be related somehow.
Or at least nearby each other.
Yeah, okay. Some of the comments coming in right now. Danette Boring saying it shook my house in Bristol. Similar comment coming in earlier from someone from Corsicana. So that gives you an idea if you're down in that area, folks, in any neighboring town. Looks like a lot of you all felt this and heard this as well. Let's get to a couple of other comments here. And again, the good news right now, there are no reports of any injuries as of last check.
And this could be alarming when you hear an explosion of this magnitude. You can hear it over 25 miles away. So we're happy to be able to join you here at 8:22 from our studio and let you know that at this point, no injuries are being reported. It seems like this fire is contained, and important to note, no environmental hazards right now is what we're hearing from authorities. So if any of you live nearby, if you know folks that work there, let us know. Let us know what's going on and what's going on in that city now.
Yeah, let me see here, because we're getting some new information now coming in. And again, we saw this first sort of just start to spread word of an explosion on Twitter, on Facebook, throughout social media platforms, and then the information just kind of started to come in. So once again, that's why we're sharing this with you here on Facebook Live, obviously trying to get out information, correct information out to you guys as quickly as possible. And again, just forgive us if it seems like we're looking down at our computers, because that's what we're doing right now.
At latest
we're trying to get this information.
Twitter feed.
This is updated stuff that's coming in every couple of seconds here. And again, we spoke to Jeff Paul. Our reporter was down there. He just pulled up, and if you're just joining us here on this Facebook Live feed, the good news there is that Jeff reported to us when we were chatting with him that he was not seeing any fire, that he was not seeing any smoke down there, just a lot of activity with in the way of emergency response vehicles and emergency responders. So, hey guys, if we can roll up the, let's look at some of these messages coming in here on the big screen. Paul Sawyer saying this isn't a fertilizer plant. Paul, that's important to point out. Thank you very much. Again, the address that we have checks back to a company called Polyco. And Gilma, you were saying they had what now in there? They did have a lab in there? Or they do have a lab?
We believe there's a terminal, possibly a lab, although we know that this company has locations in Reno as well. So we're trying to figure out if both the lab and the terminal are in the same location here.
A couple of these messages. Moses Rio saying, shook my whole living room. Live right down the road. Michael Hunter saying shook house north of Kaufman. So, I mean, these are the kinds of reports that we've been getting since we first heard about this, is people near and maybe the next near this site, or maybe the next town over, reporting to have felt some kind of like a boom, something that rattled the house.
Right.
Somebody even said earlier today, I was reading one of the comments just before we came in here to do this Facebook Live with you, that the boom and sort of the shock that was felt was enough to even knock some frames, some picture frames off of the walls inside of this one person's house. So it gives you an idea, I guess, of just how strong, how massive that boom was. Let's see if we can get to some more comments here, guys. If you can just scroll this down. Casey Downey saying Palmer felt it. Okay, so, you know, and again, you know, all these neighboring towns that felt this as well. Let's see here. Araceli Hill. Can we scroll down, guys? Right there. Araceli Hill saying, we live in Ennis by 287, and we heard it all the way from 287. Hey, we've got some new people joining us now here on Facebook Live. Gilma, go ahead. Do we have the statements once again? Because we want to update you directly
let's go back to what the mayor had to say, because that's really the most information that we've gotten on this situation. So
Mayor
a lot
Angeline
of you,
Juneman, we believe that's how you pronounce the last name.
And so many of you reporting that you heard that loud boom. There was cause for alarm. The mayor, though, saying from her latest update, the noise at U.S. Polico, that's an asphalt manufacturing plant, everyone, an asphalt rail container blew its top, causing the loud boom. There's a fire that is contained. There are no environmental issues or injuries. And thank you, as always, to our first responders. Certainly, we do want to thank them for trying to contain this fire as quickly as they can.
And that was a message that was shared on the mayor's Facebook page. So again, you know, it's just a sign of the times that we live in right now. All this information that we're getting, you know, through social media. This is where most of it is coming in. We've been able to confirm most of it. But again, what Gilma just read, what she talked about, coming directly from the mayor. So that's a good source. And there was a message that was also, there was a message that was put out by Ennis PD. Let's see here.
And Ken, while you find that, I'm just going to read a couple of the other Facebook comments. When we were trying to find out more information, we were, of course, doing these targeted searches for any video or pictures to see if anybody knew any more while we tried to confirm all this information. Martin Moreno posted U.S. Polico explosion in Ennis, Texas. It was felt in a 3 to 5 mile radius. I was in an auto zone and the window shook and the roof lifted. My mom was about 5 miles away and felt the same thing.
Wow, okay.
And so that was over 22 minutes ago. Again, the mayor, though, in the last 35 or so minutes, confirming that thankfully there are no injuries and there's no environmental danger at this point.
Quick comment here, Lewis. Can you scroll back down, guys, real quick. Let me see here. Lewis Lufkin asking if there are any known chemicals located at this facility. We don't know for certain, but, you know, just kind of seeing what this company does, that the fact that there was a lab there, I mean, we could presume that
we can tell you what kind of products
some kind of
they manufacture. Asphalt, coatings, additives. So these are roofing materials. So chances are, yes, chemicals are involved.
Hopefully that answers your question, Lewis. I want to read to you something that Ennis Police Department just put out, sort of mirroring what the mayor put out on her Facebook page. So this is the direct statement coming from Ennis Police Department saying, at approximately 6:30 p.m., February 2nd, 2018, a large boom explosion was heard in the city of Ennis. The origin location is in the 3100 block of South Kaufman Street. This was caused by an industrial asphalt container car that blew its pop-off valve. That's what caused a loud boom. There is a fire at that location that is contained. There were no injuries associated with this event. There are no safety or environmental issues as a result. So that last part, so many people asking about injuries and any kind of sort of a hazard that may have come as a result of all this. That last part is extremely important. I will read it one more time. There were no injuries associated with this event. There are no safety or environmental issues as a result. That came from Ennis PD on their Facebook page some 19 minutes ago. Another look right now, if you're not familiar where Ennis is at, Ennis south of the Metroplex, right off of 45 down in Ellis County.
And Ken, one other important thing to point out, we have been trying to reach out to Polico. I personally made some phone calls. I know Jeff Paul made some phone calls. Our assignment editors did as well. We're trying to get a statement and try to confirm any other information that we can. But at this point, what we can tell you is it appears no employees or no one in that vicinity was injured, which is the best news that can come out of something like this.
Yeah, and by the way, you know, I know there's a ton of people watching. If there's anyone from Polico that happens to be watching this Facebook Live, if you guys want to give us a call, want to chime in, we'd love to chat with you to get a little bit more perspective on what's going on. Again, right now, we are just sharing with you all the information that we're getting into the newsroom real time. So forgive us. Once again,
if you see us looking down on our screens, we're not trying to be avoidant. We're not trying to.
We're reading details that are coming in. So that's kind of what that's all about. Let's see if we can get to the wall here and some other comments here. Let's see here. Peggy Coker saying, I live in Richland, almost to the Freestone County line in Navarro County. I felt it here, shook my house. I made a few phone calls and others felt it too. So Peggy, a lot of people looks like felt this.
And Edward Narvaez is saying, saw fire on white tank and then heard a loud boom. as he was driving by.
Okay, yeah.
So that would coincide with what we're hearing from authorities here.
Right.
My cousin felt it in Corsicana. Another one of your comments here. It was loud.
Sherry Petrulis is asking how far south of the Metroplex is Ennis? About 30-minute drive from, or maybe about 25-minute drive at this hour. I don't think there's too much traffic. It's in Ellis County, off of I-45, directly south of Dallas. So hopefully that answers your question, Ms. Petrulis. And Connie Chaplin saying it's U.S. Polyco, not Polyguard.
Right, which is so it appears I'm not familiar with Polyguard, but Connie, it would appear that Polyguard might be in that general vicinity, which is why Polyguard released a statement on Twitter saying that no fire, no explosion had happened at its facility. Perhaps because of the names being so similar, these two facilities are being mistaken for the other.
Right, or maybe they're sister companies under maybe the same umbrella, Polyco, Polyguard.
Right.
Those are all details that we're obviously going to work to try and clarify for you. From where we're sitting, though, this is just what we can get to you right now.
And I can try and share that Polyguard statement, because we did get a statement from Polyguard that's being shared on Twitter. Let me see if I can pull that up here.
And in
Please
the meantime,
excuse me. Here it is.
Refreshing here.
Polyguard Products tweeting at 8:11. Did not suffer an explosion this evening. We are aware that first responders are responding to an incident near our Ennis facility, and our thoughts and prayers go out to everyone involved. We appreciate the diligence of Ennis and Ellis County's first responders.
Certainly looks like they're doing a great job because they have a handle on it. And again, as of last report, there is no active fire right now, or whatever fire there may have been, seems to be contained. That's what Jeff Paul told us when we spoke to him on the phone as soon as he got on the ground.
And of course, we're going to have Jeff Paul reporting live in our 10 p.m. newscast with the very latest updates. So if you do have any family there, anybody who is curious about this loud boom that they heard, please let them know that it seems at this point everyone's okay, and firefighters seem to have this under control at this point.
Guys, we're going to say goodbye for right now. Wrap up this Facebook Live here. Hope we answered all the questions that you all had. Thanks so much for interacting with us, for sharing some of those details with us. We're going to have a whole lot more at 10 o'clock, but in the meantime, check us out online, cbsdfw.com. We'll talk to you soon.